Alien spiders. Let's make our way through. We know there's at least one more. Alright everyone, welcome to GreyWolf's Den in Space Haven. Today we're going to do a game new to the channel. It's been out for a couple of years, I believe now. And flying through space, gathering supplies, meeting new people, trading, just to see, just to explore and see what the end game is. There's an update coming up soon for Space Haven, so we're going to go ahead and get started before the update comes. The way you get a little bit of idea of how the game is now, and then again when it updates. So what we're going to do is just going to go normal game, and we're going to go basic platform. Now you can do the abandoned mining station, which they pretty much start you off at the abandoned mining station with everything you need. However, you're building your ship from scratch, and from there you have to leave to go find more resources. You can't take anything from the mining station with you other than the supplies that you've gathered, but it takes a little bit longer to get done. Small hope you already have a ship built with a little crew, with a few of the equipment you need already built. So that's a good way to start off if you're more familiar with the game mechanics and things like that. We're going to start off with the basic platform and show y'all how it goes. We're going to go with peaceful. Abilities that you'll see as you go down, you have less and less supplies. So we're just going to start off with peaceful first. All right, so initially they give you a 4-man crew. You can change these crew out. You can see you want to get your stuff over here higher. You got navigation, gunner, and shielding all, and botany all the way to the top, but you need some more security. You need mining, weapons, and construction, and that's something you want to make sure each one of your people has a little bit of ability to do mining and construction along with these other ones as well. Maybe look for a doctor, or oh, there's our doctor. Doctor does mining, does some construction. Everything else is very decent, good on research. Now all these right here where you see there's nothing else behind it, they can't improve or learn those abilities. But you see the ones that are kind of shaded out, of course, they can learn those things. So we're going to keep the doctor here. Traditional Star Trek. I'm going from like next gen, of course. Colors of uniforms. All right, that's what we're going to go with right there. Fighter pilot, security guard, doctor, and teacher. That gives us 5 in medical here, 5 in navigation, and 5 in gun. So this is going to be our crew starting off. So let's get going. The current objective is get it built up to sustain life. And you'll get tips throughout this since we're on peaceful of what you need to do to keep things going. Throughout this little tab down here with your tools, the hammer and wrench, you come through here. Each one of these tabs will give you a different list. This is your walls for your ship, inside and interior and exterior, along with doors. This is all your furniture that you can put in, your facilities, life support, power, resources, food, storage, airlock, and system. System will be navigation, operations, engines, and hull stabilizers. All of these tabs will change as you more research, more things will be unlocked. So the first thing we're going to do is go to resources and get the tool facility put in. We know it says up here, of course, that our ship storage is full, so we need to get that changed as well. There's nowhere to relax at the tool facility, so no place to relax. We're going to go over to the furniture, get a few beds put in, set up a table, a few chairs. Right now, next thing we're going to need is get them a toilet, set it up in the back, and where's the kitchen? There it is. Go ahead and get the kitchen set up for them as well. So that's the first couple items we're going to go ahead and place in. Go ahead and get this stuff, the initial things out of the way. Now, this of course is our ship. We got to add a lot more to it, so we need to go ahead and get it built up as well. So when you come over to your tools, you'll hit edit. This will give you all the different things you can do to build your ship, and certain areas where you can have prisoners set up or refugees that you save throughout the game. So let's just go ahead and pull this down to about. Now this cost is going to be 14.7 of your whole blocks. That's how much it's going to cost you to do this. And put back 13, do it to even 16. So that's going to be your initial build up in the back. And the reason, just go ahead and make your ship a little bit bigger so you can get more things done. All right, so when you're in this view here, you can scroll back and you can kind of see what resources around you. They're also up here as well. Telling our people to go ahead and start collecting all of these. This is our first abandoned ship we're going to search. But before we do that, let's get back over here and let's look at our people. We had 2 of them on security detail. This is the teacher. So we're going to draft her, get her over to this storage unit. And then there was our security guard here, who happens to be a psychopath. That's not great. But anyway, I'm going to draft him and get him over here to this storage unit as well. All right, so Jackie's the first one in. We're going to click and drag that shotgun over to her primary location. Now we have Marcel here as well. And click and drag that as well. And just undraft him so he can go on. For our security detail, which is Jackie and Marcel, we're going to go ahead and get them on the shuttlecraft so we can go ahead and explore this abandoned ship. We'll speed up time a little bit, grab a shuttle, and we're going to head over here to the dock to dock on this. All right, now let's head over to the shuttle, the abandoned ship. Let's disembark our crew. Oops, shoot, didn't mean to shoot. Just gonna explore through and see what we can find. Nothing back here. Oxygen generator there. Alright, got a new data log here. When we go back to the ship, we'll figure out what that's about. Station there. Let's go down here. Explore this area. Alright, last place to explore looks like the engine compartment. Alright, we have fully explored the PCS bottle. Let's get our guys back to our ship. Start gathering the rest of our supplies that we can get. And let them finish up building. Alright, we're going to come back and I'll show you about salvaging the items left on this ship and the materials used to build it. But now we need to get these guys in here so they can finish building these things inside. We need tools. We got our beds built, kitchen's not built. Alright, speed up time a little bit. The pod's going off to gather the mineral resources, and we got our tools facility now built. Alright, it's now asking for an oxygen generator and a gas scrubber. So that'll be under life support. Oxygen generator going, we'll get 2 of them built. And we'll put a gas scrubber over here as well. Let's go ahead and go back. Put in our 4th chair so everyone has a place to sit to eat. So they're clearing out the energy, which is what you use to power a lot of your equipment on your ship. Then you have the ice here that you, of course, melt down for water for your grow pods and things like that. And your hyperum, which you'll use for the engines later on. You start off using this as powering your ships, and then you start using this, I think, later on, if I'm not mistaken. Alright, so all of our guys are asleep, actually, in bed. So while they're sleeping, we're going to jump over here and check out our event logs. So this is the Apocalypse event log, or data log. And this is just basically talking about how the Earth, rough times with wars and famines and lack of resources and everything, and that how they had to end up eventually just pushing out to space to survive. Alright, so this one here is called Tranquility. This is a data log. Alright, so you'll gather different data logs like this and stuff, and so explore these ships and stuff that you run into as you travel the stars and everything, which you'll meet, of course, other civilizations and people and everything, pirates, military alliances, religious sects and stuff like that. You'll find all this out here. So let's get a little light All right, we gotta get some thermal regulators put up soon. All right, go back to life support. Thermal regulators, let's get one there, one there, one there. The build that we're actually gonna try to go for, hull stabilizer up next. So that's gonna be down here in our systems, hull stabilizer. We'll put it next to this light for right now. We'll be moving a lot of things around here and there. Now, what we're going to try to go for in the build is, like I said, we're going to try to do like a Star Trek type-esque Constitution class ship, which means that a lot of this front section here, I'm going to have to put into a big oval as much as I can, because you can only build inside this red square here and stay within this area. And I'm going to have to wing tips out this way and put the engines, of course, in their own little base. So it won't exactly look like it, but it'll be try to get as good as we can get on a 2D graph type map here. So with that being said, we're going to be starting moving some of this stuff inside here to new locations. As you'll see, like when you see that the edit area to build, you can't build in this area because this is where the shuttle comes in to dock with the airlock. We're going to move that once this back section of the hull gets built. We're going to move the airlock and all these to the back of the plane or the back of the ship, so they'll be a little bit more out of the way when you have this more open area up here. All right, so they're about finishing up on the mining minerals outside the ship here. So what we're going to do next is go for salvaging this abandoned PCS bottle ship. As you'll notice, you have like a red box around this human foot. If I get around a certain civilization out in space and they find this on me, I can get in a lot of trouble. So we're going to hit select all and then go in and take that one out and go ahead and get all these supplies. So that's food, soft block, energy block, imperial, hyperfuel, root vegetables, that's space food. And as far as salvaging, there's actually nothing on board that can be real useful other than the whole block. So we're just going to expedite all that, get that run through real quick. They're all headed back out. I think I got one out in the, I got one out in the mining pod, getting at those resources. And these guys are going through and taking apart anything that's valuable or we can use, taking it to these airlocks. As you see right there underneath the slots for the people, you'll see this little bar here filling up. That's the supplies. Now you can go over here and grab some more. That's basically all they're doing. See, they done gather all the loose items up, left the foot. Now it's just, everything come unlocked. There it is. That's what we need. We need to grab all those. So you break all this stuff down. You can use these items that you find, this scrap, to build things and improve things on your ship using as resource. Basically, you're recycling junk that you find in outer space for the betterment of yourself. Water cooler, or not a water cooler, is it? Water purifier. We can go ahead and get the recycler up as well because that's something that is going to be very beneficial the sooner we get it. That's what's going to break down all that scrap you get and turn it into valuable resources that we can use. There's nothing really else just yet. We can do this research and stuff, but we're going to do all that stuff when we get these things moved. And I'll show you with that how that is. You also have a body storage place for human bodies. I don't know why you would keep them, what you're supposed to do with them, or anything like that, because you can technically use them for food and stuff in this game, but each their own. That's not my thing. All right, let's see how much they got left. Well, let's get about 4 or 5 more blocks to do. So they're taking down things they can take down. You see these little boxes like that right there's human meat. We're not going to touch that. That'll be left alone. So that right there will still be there if somebody else ever comes along in the same sector. But they're grabbing doors, lights, thermal regulators. But you don't. The bad thing is you just get the parts and stuff from. You don't actually get the whole item. So we'll get, like I said, get the ship built up. Try to get that Star Trek feel with it. See if we can pull it off as best we can in this disability, or with this type of building. I'd like to try to get, in this first video, I'd like to try to get this stuff here moved out So we start opening the engines and consoles and everything up that we need to do. Let's check out the salvage operation. It says we have 13 infantry scrap there. So they got all the soft, all the tech, and all the engine scrap already. So sometimes you can unclick these when it says none, so they're not important anymore. It doesn't make a difference. But I've noticed that sometimes you do that and they'll pop back up with low, so it just depends. You have to watch it. I was hoping to actually find somebody in that ship that we could have brought on. It'd been helpful to have another person be able to help build things and get it going and everything. Alright, so now it's telling us to build a power node. It's a shame that we're not on the advanced power here. So let's jump over to the power nodes. We'll go ahead and build a large one. Alright, says we got a ship entering, or our ship is already entered. See if we can trade with them. Let's see what they've got. Don't have anything really that we need. Like I said, everything that we need we're going to end up building and producing on our own. But you will have to end up trading with these folks in some cases and sometimes just because of having bad issues or bad luck or whatever. That just gives you an idea on how the trade and everything goes there. Alright, salvation operation is almost completed. See, this is where having that fifth man comes in handy because they could already have that power node up and going. It also has to do with the skills and the ability of every people too. But you can rush these builds and stuff if you need to. You can make your guys focus on certain things. Alright, so we are getting to the end of this, so we can start putting our engines and stuff in soon. We got 31 hull blocks left. So until we actually get those engines in, we can't really do too much. All of the resources we gather have already been put in storage units, so we can start moving this stuff here. You have to actually build these things because it requires that you have at least one in operation at all times. Build it right there just because we're going to give the shuttle hangar over here. It's going to have that extra room. And then we're going to build 2 pod hangars right there. So the guys will get to work on that. Once that's done and moved around, we'll relocate those ships and then we'll start building the wings out for the engines to get on. Once we get this area cleared out up here, we can start putting all our navigation stuff in. But I mean, if we didn't, you could have, if you wanted to, you can build this however you want to. You could have left all this in through our engines in, through our navigation consoles and stuff, and just taken off to the next system. But I wanted to go ahead and do it before we took off to the next system. All right, so this thing is pretty much done. So get that cleared out, take all that stuff off. So let's click on this guy, relocate him there. Do the same for the next one. And do the same for the shuttle. All right, so all that stuff getting moved out there. And we're just going to dismantle. So we'll get that stuff taken care of, getting it out the way. And while we're waiting here, because we did use a lot of whole blocks moving these things, which is fine. We're going to go over to our editor. Oh, wait a minute. We also have to dismantle our airlock here. Now we can go over to our editor to build our wings for our engine bays. We'll just stay about right there, actually. Might come that wide. Come about 8 out. I'm going to go 1 to 7, about 8 out. So we'll start building that up, and while that's building outside, we will jump over here to our systems and get our navigation console. Wait a minute, let's stop that. Let's move that a little bit more over here to the side out of the way. Do that. Can't necessarily move our main power source just yet. We'll move it a little bit later on. I mean, you can, but you can move it at any time you want to, but I'm just going to hold off for right now. I want to work on these, getting these wings exactly how I want them set up, since both of these are done. Is that 8 by 19? Let's go 9 by 18. That's going to cost us 23. So 9 by 18. So we know we're not going to have enough whole blocks to finish this, but we jump over here to our recycler here, and that's crap. We're just going to all but on getting all that done. Check our water. We're still good on water. We've almost got one wing completed. All right, so now it's time to build a navigation console and 2 of our hyperdrives. However, we've already got the navigation console done. We just have to build the 2 drives. So let's look at that. That is going to take 2 whole blocks. So we might have to wait a little bit. But one way we can do this is go in here and edit. So this front cap here, right now, we're just going to take that whole front cap off because that's going to save us some whole blocks. So we'll go ahead and be able to build these engines and get on our way. All right, so let's build the first one here, closest to the inside. That way we can go ahead and get them done. Since we are definitely getting low on whole blocks, that's what's giving us the critical resources for. We also know that we're gonna have to get these 2 guys on this main power source. So we're gonna have to build that as well. And we're gonna need some thermal regulators. Yep. That's perfect right there. Critical resources are still low, so we're gonna let it finish up that whole block there. That done. That's one operations console built, which we will do now as well. Let's just throw it to the side for right now. All right, so we have our engines in, the back section of our ship built. Everything's ready to go. Let's go ahead and throw in our research areas as well. We are going to prepare for hyper jump. Alright, so we're going to head to our next system. Alright, so we got ice and abandoned ship here, and we got hyperum here. Let's head over here to the first. So let's drop in this sector, and we'll start gathering up these supplies in this area. Check out this abandoned ship here as well. There's 2 abandoned ships. Alright, and we got another set of people here. Who is this? This is the Slavers Guild. The thing that they got. Okay, this is what they want, and this is what they have. Not really? Alright, so we're not going to trade with them. They have communications requests. See what they need. Their space fair. Alright, so they want to buy 3 energy cell from us, so we're going to go ahead and sell that to them, keep us, on good standings with them so they don't come out and enslave us. And they've already got a crew of folks heading to the first abandoned ship, and we need to jump on that quickly. So what we're going to do then is we're going to go ahead and wake our sail up, get him on the boat, and is it Jackie? Yeah, Jackie on the shuttle. Alright, so let's get here as quickly as possible. He's got a 3-man crew. I don't see anything that he's leaving behind just yet. Alright, actually, we're going to change that up. We're going to come over here, because I don't see any sleeping chambers. There's hypersleep chambers in there. Maybe we'll get lucky and find one. Oh, we found the dang spiders. Alien spiders. Let's make our way through. We know there's at least one more. Oh, there he is. Oh shit, there's a couple more. Get out the ship, get out the ship, get out the ship, fool. Ooh, damn. Pick him up. Get on the boat. Get on the shuttle. Alright. Just one freaking spider thing left. Let's see how well. Maybe neither one of them are good. Nope, no. I'm gonna let the ship head back because we are injured. Need to get that. Alright, so here's how you can get something built in a hurry or concentrate all construction in a certain area. You click on the item or the station you want built, and you just click on the high priority. That way they'll rush it because we need to get our research going. Since we got the research table built, we're gonna, that's just telling us to find the hyperlanes or the star or system clusters. Get our research going. So let's do botany. We're gonna do medical bed. That'll help heal our people when they get hurt or injured. We'll do metal refinery for right now. Power capacity node. Like I said, we're just queuing all these up. We can always change them in and out as we go, however we want to and everything. So, but we're just gonna go with those 4 or 5 for right now, and we'll go from there. Oh yeah, I forgot about the ice, and we gotta get our guys back on these. We gotta get on these abandoned starships, spaceships, so we can get these jokers explored and everything. Sorry about that. My arm jumped a little bit. Same thing here with the foot. Make sure you take it off, because if you get caught with it, that's big. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. All right. I transfer all that. Go salvage, expedite. There's no guarantee we're going to get them before they do, but you know, we put in for it. It happens. It happens. All right. So while they're dealing with that, let's check our. That's not what I wanted. Let's check our water purifier. We're still good there. Hey, let's take that off because we don't have any more whole scraps. Everything else is okay. We might go ahead and knock out a few of these just to get them out of the way. We got another incoming ship. And since these are Slavers Guild, they will probably not stick around too long. Because usually when there's another ship like that, they can actually, this is the cult of New Haven. This is like a religious cult. So they might attack each other. Just depending. See, you know, so there is that as well. Let's see. All right, he's got a force jump going on. That's the Slavers Guild. He's hauling butt. So let's check out these guys, see if they got anything. This is what they want, of course. So initially trading, you don't really need much from these guys. Here and there, you might pick up a few things that you might need. You know, might be necessity. I always look for weapons first, just because the better weapons, the better off you are. And you know, as far as clearing out these spaceships, these abandoned spaceships and things like that. Which is why we're rushing the botanies, because we're getting low on fruits and vegetables, as you can see right here. Now they have them. We've got the money. We could probably actually buy a little bit from them. Probably wouldn't hurt anything, but the nuts and seeds are more what we're lacking of. So we can grab, let's say we'll grab 2 of them. I don't see any root vegetables at all. Oh yeah, we do. They got 5 root vegetables. We'll go ahead and get 2 of them. Keep things cordial between us and friendly. Alright, so this ship transfer is pretty much all done. As far as the main things in their hold, like these loose items here. We will probably definitely go back and grab some of this extra scrap and stuff, because we still are low on hull and we've got a lot more of our ship to build still. Let's see what, okay, they are all cleared out. So we're going to go ahead and start selecting all these to expedite on that one. And we'll do the same for this one. As you see, as we get further out here in these other systems in the world, you'll see that they're controlled by certain factions, certain people. And they will search your ship to see if you have any what they consider contraband items. All right, so both of the ships that were in the system have already left, but we are going to call it there for this one, and we will come back and as always, this is Panicking with GreyWolf's Den. Thanks for watching.